Shalom from Jerusalem. My name is Albert Veksler. I'm the director of Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast, and we are here with answers for allies. And here in our office in Jerusalem, we are together with some great friends. Edda Fogarollo, you are a founder of Christians for Israel in Italy, and a great friend since 2008, 7?
2008.
It's been a journey, and Edda, you are a really amazing person. Your love to Israel is something that always inspires me. You've told the story about your father.
Yes.
Please, can you tell us about this?
Yes. In Italy, the history during the Second War was totally different than other countries. Why? Because Italy was in alliance with the Germany, with the German Politica, with the Hitler, and the Italy, they worked together because they used ideology to extend the kingdom, everything. So Mussolini was very friendly with Hitler. And
Well, Hitler said that Mussolini is our teacher.
Yes, it's true, it's true, it's true. And my father was in the army with the Mussolini, but he didn't like to be in the army with the Mussolini. And also during the times that they decided to capture the train with the Jewish children and the many Jews in the train, my father was in the balcony because the Mussolini decided to extend the kingdom of Italy, occupying also the balcony. Was the kingdom of Italy, the balcony. Was there in Kosovo, in Pristina, the city, and the Italians and the Germans, they divide the control of the station train, because many trains, they came, and the many Jews, they were there. My father was in the station train in Pristina with the other two friends, Italian, other two soldiers, other two army people, and they were there talking in Italian language in this station in Kosovo. But a train arrived, and when in the train people listen to Italian voice, they knocked. Italian, we are Jews captured from here. Please, we need help. So my father, with the other two soldiers, they decided to broken the door and to open the door of the train and to leave the Jews inside to go free, to be free. And many Jews in Pristina, they were saved, they escaped from
So they did open the doors?
Yes.
Oh.
They broken.
What a hero.
Yeah, yes. My father and the other two, they were very heroes. And they broken the door, was so close. They broken, and every people inside escaped. And when the army from German came, my father have seen the soldier Germany SS, they were coming to the station because the train stopped, and then the other station that was checked by Nazi, they have seen that the time was going and the train didn't arrive. So my father, when he has seen the soldier, the Nazi, they hidden behind the train, close to the rail, because he was very athletic, my father. And the Nazi, they came, they tried to kill them, but my father and the other two saved, wounded them, and they escaped to the Italian station, another station.
Wow.
And they saved many children in the station train, because when the train arrived in the other station, in the other situation, in the other city, Many times my father told to me, do you know many trains arrived with the children, with the mother and the children, Jewish children. And the Nazi, they took the children and they tried to kill the children on the wall. My father told me, the last word that my father told me before died, remember, Edda, I have seen many children died to the war, but I saved many. When I have seen this terrible, terrible, terrible situation, I used my gun and I told to the Nazi, leave this child, or I'll kill you. My father was very hero, and he saved in the station train many, many children.
What a story. I'm so thankful for your father. But you carry the same mission, you carry the same spirit, and you have been the lone voice in many ways in Italy for Israel. And you've been all the time, because you're a professor in Holocaust Studies.
Yes.
And so you've been teaching people, you've been telling people
Yes.
about the horrors of the Holocaust.
Yes.
And you also helped us to initiate Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast in Rome.
Yes, it was amazing time, fantastic. Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast in Rome was organized 13 and 14 October.
Why these dates?
And this date is very special because two days later, we remind the ghetto in Rome and the Jewish people that they were captured by Nazi in this date, 16 October.
So we wanted to do it prior
Yes,
to
yes,
remember.
because it was a Shabbat. We
Yes.
couldn't organize it with the Jews in Rome in Shabbat, so we decided to organize it 2 days before, 13 and 14 October, to remember this that happened in the 1943. And we remembered what happened to the Jews. Many Jews that they saved during that time, they were children. They came in Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast, and they testify their terrible story. Do you remember, Albert?
I do remember. But I think it is so remarkable that we were able to come to Italy, to come to Rome in this time of COVID, time of lockdowns, and we were able to have a meeting in the Senate, limited of course,
Yes.
and then in the hotel, again, we were limited. We rented a very large hall and we were able to bring less people than we wanted, but nevertheless, it was a great success.
Yes. I think that, like Ben-Gurion said, miracle happened.
Well, he
Miracle
said,
can
to be a realist, he said, you must believe in miracles. And that's exactly what we did. And I still remember the day we went to the Senate library. And that was very, very special. And then Senator Matteo Salvini comes.
Yes.
And he said, I have a speech that
Yes.
somebody wrote for me. I will not read it. I will say what's on my heart. And then he said, Jerusalem and the Jewish people are inseparable.
Yes.
And then he said, and when my time comes to put the coalition together, I will move the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem.
Yes.
Because he said this is the right thing to do theologically, historically, and morally.
Yes. It's amazing. And I do remember Giorgia Meloni.
Oh, she was there.
She was there.
She spoke so powerfully.
Yes. And I do know, that time she was in election 6 or 7%. And 2 years later, she became a chief of the
Was
government.
it 2 years later or was it 1 year later? I think it was the next year they won.
Yes, 1 year later, 22.
And so what
Yes, in September.
In
yes.
September. So almost a year later, they come
Yes.
and they form the government. Can you imagine?
She won. She won in an amazing style because she has a little percent, little number, 6 or 7 or 8, maximum 10%.
Yes.
And she became chief of the government
That's
in
amazing.
Italy.
That's amazing. And we had several amazing senators with us. Senator Simone Pillon,
Yes.
Matteo Salvini,
Yes.
we had Lucio Mallan,
Yes.
and
Many other, also deputy Roberto Formentini, and many other. They came, many political people. They came in
how
the
many was
Senate.
it? 20 from the parties, or was it pretty many?
Yes.
And then Israeli ambassador,
Yes. Wow. Fantastic.
how he spoke in Italian.
Yes.
Now, I didn't understand the thing. Was it good Italian?
Yeah, good Italian. He loved. Now we changed the ambassador because he finished his mandate. But it was amazing.
Drorei Dar.
Yes.
Yes, he's very well known here in Israel. Still, he's writing the columns and the comments in the newspapers. But I think it was so remarkable time, and I just wanted to thank you. Thank you so much for all your efforts,
Thank
all
you.
your friends, everybody that prayed and gave, and it was something that was impossible, and yet, thanks to your faith and your friends'
Thank
faith,
you.
it
Thank you.
became a miracle.
Thank you, Albert. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So when we look at Italy at this time, you had this great meeting right day after we had the Knesset Day of Support and Prayer. On the 30th of November, you had a meeting in the Senate. Again.
Yes, another one. Because after the terrible time of 7 October, that what happened in Israel, we have seen that anti-Semitism, also in Italy, was growing very much. In the university especially. Many students, they took the flag of Palestine and they show all over in the room, all over in the face of the building, Palestine, and they used in the manifestation in the square, the public square, terrible wars against Israel. Terrible words. So I decided we can't stay in silence. We can't stay in silence. The true friends must to show the relationship now, and they will feel a true friend of Israel because you love Israel. So I decided to organize something in the Senato, and the Senatore Pilon, he helped very much. Also, other senators, they helped very much. Massimiliano Romeo, he helped very much with the room to find the place, and the many, many political Jewish people, they came, Christian. It was an amazing meeting where everybody told about anti-Semitism. Another thing very important, we had a student from the university that she represented the students, Israeli students in Italy, because many times they didn't go to the lesson because they were afraid to be beaten, to be disturbed. And so they told, we can't go to the lesson because we are afraid in the university. And we said, we can't do this. We must go in the political place and you must come with us. And they told them what is happening in Italy now. And it was a fantastic time. Also the vice ambassador came, another representation in the political office in the embassy of Israel in Italy came, 2 people from embassy. It was a good time, a very interesting. And we organized a collection of senators because we are asking to the government to make a law, specific law, to defend the student, the Israeli student in Italy, and to fight the anti-Semitism in every university and also in Italy.
Thank you so much, Edda, for doing this, because this is not for granted that we have such a friend of Israel in Italy. And thank you for bringing these issues all the way up to the government. This is so precious. This is so important. And what would you want to say to the people that are watching us? You as an Italian who have been standing up for Israel, not something that one would even expect to happen in this time of hostility, of threats. What would you say to our friends who are watching us all over the world?
Thank you, Albert, for this opportunity. I would like to say, Israel people, Jewish people, nation of Israel, we stand with you and we will fight with you. This time is a different time because many Christians, also in Italy, are for Israel and stand for Israel, and you love Israel, totally love, and be encouraged, nation of Israel. Many people love Israel very much.
Thank you, Edda, so much for your kind words. And we want to encourage you, my dear friends, to continue to pray, to believe for miracles for our army, to be able to make an end to this evil Hamas. We need to come to a point where we can see the hostages come out of these dark dungeons, these tunnels. They've been there for more than 95 days, and we need to see them being set free. Your prayers are so crucial, so important. So please continue to pray, continue to stand, and remember that those who love Jerusalem will prosper. Those who bless the seed of Abraham will be blessed. So thank you for tuning in today, and see you soon again.